So if you've watched the previous video on timers, you will have seen me make a clock timer. Here are a few other types of timers that you can make. Here is a timer that involves something filling up. So I'm going to click on here and I'm going to then copy it and paste it across like this. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this color white. Oops, get my shape fill. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make this gradually disappear so it looks as though the color behind is filling up. So to do that, I go to animations, and remember it's an exit animation. Now, the one that I want to use is wipe. Can you see how it fills up like that if I click on wipe? So click on it. Now, one thing that's quite interesting is over here we have effect options, and you can see that you can have the thing wiping from different places. I'm going to choose from the bottom up. Then I double click on here. I go to timing. Remember, I make mine with previous. I change whatever time I want to be. I'm going to make that 10 seconds. Click OK. And there we go. Can you see it filling up? And that's a 10-second timer that fills up like that. Okay, let's get rid of that. What about the timer that you might have seen with the little shape that moves across the way? Well, let's make that one. Click on Insert, Shape, another rectangle. I'm going to move my rectangle down to here, like that. I'm going to go to Format and color it all in black. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of that outline too. There we go. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another shape, another rectangle, this time make it slightly smaller. I'm going to color it in a different color. Let's choose yellow so it stands out. And again, I'm going to have a yellow border. And I'm going to move it so it is there at the start. Just a little bit fiddly. You might just want to try and make this slightly better than mine. That will do. Now, how do I get this shape to move out? Well, if I click on it, the animation effect that I want is called motion path. Click on motion path, and the special motion path that you want is called right. Click on right and click OK. Can you see it puts an arrow in to show where the motion is? If I just press play, can you see the thing moving? Click off it. And what I need to do is click on that arrow and then stretch it so it goes all the way to the very end, like that. Now I need to double click on the animation effect because I need to change the timing. Again, with previous, I'll set my timer to 10 seconds again. There we go. And now, what I might want to do is press rewind when done playing. That's quite important. Click OK. And there we go. There's a 10-second timer, a bit wobbly, that moves across like that. Okay. So the last timer to do is an actual countdown timer that involves numbers. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to insert a text box like this. I'm going to type in the number 5. And then I'm going to click on my text box, go to Format. I'm going to make the shape black. I'm going to go, oops, my number's disappeared, it's hidden in there. I'm going to go to my number, there it is there. And I'm going to go and make this much bigger so it stands out. That'll do. I'm going to center it, and of course, most importantly, I need to make it visible. So there is my countdown number 5. I'm going to copy this and paste over here, and I'm going to just move this out of the way, and I'm going to change this to 3 and then paste again, and I'm going to change this to 1. So I've now got 3 numbers, and what I'm now going to do next is I'm going to animate them so this number disappears, showing this one, then this one, but do it after the correct time. So I've got my numbers, now time to animate them. So I'm going to click on 5 like this, then I'm going to go to animation, and what I'm going to choose is I'm going to choose exit animation so it disappears like that, and then I double click on the animation because I need to change it. I'm going to go to timing, I'm going to change this to with previous, and then I'm going to make it last 2 seconds. So after 2 seconds it's going to fade away like that. So now I bring in my 3 like this. Now do you see how my 3 is sitting in front of my 5? Well, I need to have it behind my 5, so I right click and I go to send to back, send backward, so it's now behind the 5. I can now go and animate it, so I click on here, click on fade, double click on it, set my timing to fade after 2 seconds, but the start needs to be after previous, so it comes in after the 5. And can you see? It's laddered, it's layered, so it comes in next. So finally to the 1, move my 1 over to here like this. Move it up a wee bit. I need to right click on it, and I'm going to send it right to the back. Then I need to go to my animation. I'm going to have it fade out, double click, timing, lasting 2 seconds, and I'm going to start after previous, in other words after the 3 seconds. So let's run it. 5, 3, 1, and finish. That looks kind of good. So those are 3 examples of different timers that you can have. I am sure you can come up with far better examples than that. If you're not sure, drop me an email.